Hello, and welcome to Cats for Sleep. Tonight, we're going to explore something that most cat owners notice every single day. The simple fact that cats sleep a lot. If you're new here, you're always welcome to subscribe and return for more calm, gentle explorations like this. And if you'd like, you can leave a comment sharing where you're listening from tonight. It helps other cat lovers find these quiet corners of the internet. Now imagine a room in the afternoon. Light stretches slowly across the floor. Somewhere in that light, a cat is curled into a loose circle, eyes closed, paws tucked close to the chest. Nothing urgent, nothing demanding, just stillness. One of the most widely observed facts about domestic cats is that they sleep between 12 and 16 hours each day. Some sleep even longer. It can vary depending on age, personality, and environment. But the pattern remains consistent. Cats spend a significant portion of their lives resting. Kittens often sleep even more than adults. Their bodies are growing rapidly, their brains wiring themselves through constant sensory learning. Sleep supports that development. Senior cats also tend to extend their resting hours. As the body slows, restoration becomes more important, and long stretches of quiet feel natural. Unlike humans, who usually sleep in one long overnight period, cats divide their rest into waves. They drift into sleep, rise briefly, stretch, reposition, then settle again. Their day unfolds in cycles of brief wakefulness and repeated rest. It creates the impression that they are always sleeping somewhere, even though each stretch may be relatively short. It is also helpful to understand that what we call sleep in cats includes both deeper states and lighter states. A cat may appear fully asleep, yet one ear remains angled toward the room. A small sound can bring instant awareness. Much of their rest exists in this soft in-between place, where the body relaxes but awareness lingers gently in the background. When you total those light dozing periods together, the hours add up. A cat may rest lightly for 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, another half hour later. Over the course of a full day, these quiet intervals become the majority of their time. From the outside, it can look like laziness. But what we're really observing is a biological rhythm shaped long before cats shared homes with humans. Sleep is not an accident in their lives. It is part of their design. If you live with a cat, you may notice how predictable these waves can be. After a short burst of play, they return to a favorite chair. After eating, they wash carefully, then settle again. As evening arrives, they may stir briefly, then resume their rest once more. The pattern repeats, steady and familiar. There is something quietly reassuring about this consistency. The room changes throughout the day. Light shifts, sounds come and go. Yet the cat remains nearby, moving gently between wakefulness and sleep. As we move forward, we'll explore the deeper reasons behind this pattern. For now, simply picture that calm shape resting in the light. A life that unfolds in pauses. A body that trusts stillness. And in that stillness, we begin to understand why cats sleep so much. As the incense continues to burn, something else begins to form quietly in the background. An association. The brain does more than detect scent. It connects scent to place. Each time you experience a fragrance in a particular room, The brain links those two pieces of information together. The smell becomes part of the location. The location becomes part of the smell. This process is called context memory. Context memory means the brain stores experiences together with their surroundings. It remembers not only what happened, but where it happened and what the environment felt like. Scent is especially powerful in this process. Earlier, we explored how smell connects directly to emotional and memory centers in the brain. Because of that close connection, scent often binds strongly to the setting in which it appears. If you light incense in the same room each evening, over time, the brain links that fragrance to that space. The room begins to carry the scent in memory, even when no smoke is visible. The association grows quietly. Incense burning, soft lighting, slower breathing, stillness. These elements become woven together. Later, when you enter that same room and catch even a faint trace of the fragrance, the brain begins to recreate the pattern. It recalls the calm breathing. It recalls the slowed attention. It recalls the softened pace. The feeling returns more easily. This is context memory in action. The brain does not store experiences as isolated pieces. It stores them as networks. Scent, light, temperature, posture, emotion, all of these form a cluster. When one part of the cluster appears again, the others can reactivate. This is why certain places feel different the moment you enter them. A library carries a different atmosphere than a kitchen. A bedroom feels different than a hallway. These differences come from repeated patterns stored in memory. When incense becomes part of that pattern, it strengthens the identity of the space. The room becomes associated with calm. Even after the smoke fades, something lingers. Scent molecules disperse gradually. Some settle into fabrics and wood. Others fade into the air and disappear. But the memory trace remains. You may walk into the room hours later and feel that it carries a softer tone. Even if the fragrance is barely noticeable, the association persists. The brain has marked that location as steady and predictable. Predictability reduces mental rush. It lowers pressure. It signals safety. Because scent binds strongly to emotional memory, it can act as a shortcut back into that state. A faint trace of sandalwood may recall quiet evenings. A hint of resin may recall slower breathing. The effect does not rely on strong intensity. Often, it is subtle. The room feels different even when the visible smoke has long since vanished. Context memory also explains why incense used in different locations creates different impressions. If one scent is burned in a meditation space and another in a workspace, the brain will link them to different patterns of attention. Returning to each scent will gently recreate the associated mindset. The space becomes shaped by repetition. Light, scent, breath, stillness. Over time, these elements define the atmosphere of the room. Incense does not permanently change walls or furniture. It changes the way the brain encodes the space. When the brain encodes a space as calm, entering that space becomes easier. The body shifts more quickly. Breathing steadies sooner. Attention narrows without effort. The smoke may fade within minutes. The glow may dim to ash. But the context remains. Scent marks space quietly, linking chemistry to memory. And in that link, a room becomes more than a room. It becomes a place where calm has happened before. and where calm can happen again. If we step a little deeper into the body itself, we begin to see sleep as part of something steady and mathematical. Every living creature operates within an energy equation. Energy enters the body through food. Energy leaves through movement, digestion, warmth, thought, and the quiet maintenance of organs working in the background. The balance between these flows determines how active or how restful an animal tends to be. For cats, this equation is shaped by their size, their metabolism, and the kind of fuel their bodies are designed to use. Cats are obligate carnivores. Their natural diet is built around protein and fat, rather than carbohydrates. Processing protein requires metabolic effort. Amino acids are broken down, converted, circulated, and used for tissue repair and energy. Even digestion itself consumes energy. Their bodies are efficient, but efficiency still requires recovery. Small animals also lose heat more quickly than large ones. A cat's compact frame means that maintaining body temperature is a constant task. The average feline body temperature rests slightly higher than a human's. That warmth must be maintained, even while sleeping. Rest supports that maintenance. When a cat curls into a tight circle, nose tucked near the tail, surface area reduces. Heat is preserved. Energy expenditure decreases. The body settles into conservation mode without shutting down entirely. Sleep becomes a form of budgeting. Imagine energy as a quiet account. Each leap, each sprint, each stretch withdraws from that account. Food deposits energy back into it. Sleep stabilizes the balance. Without adequate rest, the account would drift toward depletion. Even in a household environment where food arrives reliably, the body continues to follow its ancient accounting system. The internal signals that regulate hunger, activity, and fatigue still operate according to patterns shaped long ago. Hormones play their part in this equation as well. Signals from the brain inform the body when to be alert and when to wind down. After periods of activity, certain chemical messengers accumulate, encouraging rest. As sleep deepens, other systems quietly reset. This reset is subtle. Heart rate slows. Muscles release tension. Breathing becomes rhythmic and shallow. The nervous system shifts toward restoration rather than action. Over the course of a full day, these repeated restorations accumulate into many hours of sleep. It may appear excessive when compared to human schedules, which are often built around long stretches of wakefulness. But cats are not designed for continuous daytime productivity. Their biology favors rhythm over endurance. There is also the simple reality of resource efficiency. In the wild, unnecessary activity could increase exposure to predators or waste precious calories. Resting in a secure location conserves strength while minimizing risk. Even today, when the primary risks are replaced by soft furniture and quiet rooms, the internal logic remains. When a cat naps after eating, the body directs energy toward digestion. When it sleeps after play, muscle fibers recover and glycogen stores rebuild. When it rests in sunlight, warmth reduces the metabolic cost of staying comfortable. Every pause serves a purpose. You might notice how quickly a cat can shift from apparent sleep into full awareness. This responsiveness reflects how deeply intertwined rest and readiness are in their physiology. Sleep is layered, not absolute. Conservation blends with vigilance. And so the energy equation continues, hour after hour. Intake, expenditure, recovery. Activity, pause, restoration. Seen this way, the many hours of feline sleep are not a mystery at all. They are a visible expression of balance, a body that moves intensely in brief moments, a metabolism tuned for conservation, a design that honors recovery as much as action. In the next section, we will look more closely at what happens inside the brain during those quiet stretches and how light and deep sleep unfold in gentle cycles. If you've ever watched a sleeping cat closely, you may have noticed something subtle. Their body looks completely relaxed. Paws folded, tail wrapped, breathing slow and even. And yet, one ear may turn slightly toward a distant sound. This is because feline sleep is layered. It moves between lighter and deeper phases, often in shorter cycles than humans experience. Like us, cats move through non-REM and REM sleep. Non-REM sleep is the quieter, more restorative phase. Muscles loosen, heart rate slows, the body settles into a steady rhythm. In this state, a cat may appear deeply still, the chest rising and falling in soft, consistent waves. REM sleep is different. During REM, the brain becomes more active. You might see whiskers twitch, paws flick gently as if stepping through grass. Eyelids may shift faintly. These movements are small, but they suggest internal activity. The brain is processing, organizing, integrating. In cats, REM periods are typically shorter than in humans. They arrive in brief bursts, woven between longer stretches of lighter sleep. This pattern supports both restoration and responsiveness. Because cats evolved in environments where awareness increased survival, their nervous systems never fully disengage from surroundings for long. Even during sleep, sensory pathways remain partially alert. Sound, scent, or vibration can bring rapid awakening. You may have seen this yourself. A cat who appears deeply asleep can rise instantly at the sound of a treat bag or a soft footstep in the hallway. The transition is smooth and immediate. There is no heavy grogginess. The body shifts from stillness into readiness with quiet efficiency. This balance between surrender and awareness is part of their design. Lighter sleep allows environmental monitoring. Deeper sleep allows physical repair and neurological organization. Moving between these states in short cycles provides flexibility. It allows the body to restore while remaining capable of quick action. If you watch long enough, you may notice how these cycles unfold. A cat settles, breathing slows, minutes pass, then whiskers twitch, a paw stretches, the head shifts slightly. After a moment, stillness returns. These micro-movements are signs of the brain at work. Research into mammalian sleep shows that REM phases are associated with memory consolidation and neural maintenance. While we cannot fully interpret a cat's inner experience, we know their brains engage in patterns similar to other mammals during REM. Electrical activity rises and falls in recognizable rhythms. Sleep is not empty time. It is active in a quiet way. The body restores tissue. Hormones regulate internal balance. The brain refines sensory information gathered during waking hours. Even emotional states are gently processed during these phases. This layered structure explains how cats accumulate so many hours of sleep across a day. Their rest is divided into waves of depth and lightness. A brief REM phase may be followed by a longer non-REM stretch. Then partial wakefulness. Then another descent. There is a softness to this rhythm. A cat does not drop into one long night of unconsciousness. Instead, the day unfolds in segments. Rest blends into alertness. Alertness fades back into rest. You may also notice preferred sleeping positions shift depending on depth. In lighter sleep, a cat may sit upright with paws tucked under the chest, ready to rise. In deeper sleep, the body often rolls onto its side or curls tightly, muscles fully released. The posture reflects trust in the environment. Deep sleep requires safety. Light sleep preserves awareness. Together, these layers create a flexible pattern that supports both survival and restoration. If you sit quietly near a sleeping cat, you might begin to feel that rhythm yourself. The steady breathing, the occasional twitch, the sense of movement happening beneath still fur. Sleep in this form becomes something textured, not simply stillness, but a gentle cycling between depth and softness, between internal activity and outer calm. And within those quiet cycles, the cat's body continues its careful work, restoring strength for the next small burst of motion that life may bring. If you watch a cat move through a room during the day, you may notice something that seems almost ritualistic. They search for warmth. A patch of sunlight on the floor, the top of a radiator, a folded blanket that holds yesterday's heat, the back of a couch near a window. They do not choose these places randomly. A cat's normal body temperature rests slightly higher than a human's, usually around 38 to 39 degrees Celsius. Maintaining that warmth requires energy. Every living body constantly balances heat production and heat loss. For smaller animals like cats, that balance can shift quickly. Because cats have relatively small bodies compared to many mammals, they lose heat more easily than larger animals. Surface area plays a role here. The greater the surface area relative to body mass, the more rapidly warmth can dissipate into the surrounding air. Sleep becomes easier when the environment helps maintain warmth. When a cat stretches out in sunlight, they are doing something efficient. Sunlight provides passive heat. Instead of burning extra energy to stay warm, the body can relax into the external warmth. Muscles soften more fully. Breathing deepens. The nervous system settles. You may have noticed how often a cat relocates as the sunbeam shifts across the room. They rise slowly, stretch, and move just a few steps to remain inside that glowing patch. It is a quiet choreography between body and light. Curling also plays a role in temperature regulation. When a cat curls into a tight circle, nose tucked near tail, paws hidden beneath the chest, they reduce exposed surface area. Less surface area means less heat lost. The posture itself is a form of conservation. Even the tail often wraps around the body, adding another layer of insulation. In colder months, you may see this curling behavior increase. In warmer months, cats often stretch out long and loose, allowing heat to dissipate more freely. Their sleeping positions subtly reflect the temperature of their surroundings. Indoor environments shape this rhythm too. Heated homes during winter create stable warmth, allowing cats to rest comfortably in many places. In cooler homes, cats may gravitate toward appliances, laptops, vents, or laps. Shared warmth becomes part of the equation. Warmth influences depth of sleep as well. When the body feels thermally secure, muscle tension decreases. The brain receives signals that the environment is supportive. This encourages longer, deeper rest periods. If a space feels too cool, the body remains slightly more alert, subtly maintaining readiness. You might observe how a cat seems especially relaxed in the late afternoon sun. Light pours in through the window. The room grows quiet. Their body stretches sideways, fully extended, exposing the belly in a gesture of comfort. This posture often appears when the environment feels both safe and warm. There is also an ancestral echo here. Wildcats often rested in sheltered places that held warmth, rocky ledges that absorbed daytime heat, dense grasses that blocked wind, earth that retained the sun's energy. Choosing warm sleeping locations increased survival by reducing metabolic strain. Domestic life continues that instinct. Even the simple act of sleeping near a human carries a temperature component. Human bodies radiate warmth. A cat curled at the foot of a bed or beside a leg on the couch benefits from that steady heat source. And as warmth settles the body, energy expenditure decreases slightly. Less effort is required to maintain internal balance. More energy can be directed toward restoration. This relationship between temperature and sleep helps explain why cats seem drawn to the warmest corners of a home. Comfort is not indulgence. It is biological logic. Heat allows the body to rest more completely. The next time you see a cat carefully selecting a sleeping spot, you may notice the quiet calculation taking place. Light, warmth, softness, enclosure. Each element contributes to a space where the body can release tension. A warm surface becomes an invitation. A shifting beam of sunlight becomes a guide. And in that warm, glowing patch of quiet, the cat settles once again, conserving energy in the most natural way it knows, through stillness shaped by comfort. If you watch a cat prepare to sleep, you may notice that the process begins long before their eyes close. They do not simply collapse wherever they happen to be. There is a pause first, a quiet survey of the room, a slow turn of the head, ears rotating slightly. The body remains upright while the environment is assessed. Only after this subtle evaluation does the cat lower itself into rest. Sleep, for a predator of their size, requires trust. In the wild, vulnerability carries risk. When muscles release and awareness softens, reaction time slows. For this reason, cats evolved to be selective about where they rest. Safety becomes the first requirement before surrender. Elevation is one common strategy. Many cats prefer high surfaces, the top of a bookshelf, the back of a couch, a windowsill, a tall cat tree. From these vantage points, they gain visual access to the room. Height provides perspective. It reduces the likelihood of being approached unnoticed. An elevated sleeping location also creates psychological distance from ground-level movement. Footsteps, shifting objects, and subtle vibrations feel less immediate when viewed from above. Corners offer another layer of security. When a cat settles with its back near a wall, two sides of the body are protected. Fewer angles require monitoring. The open field of view narrows, simplifying awareness. This positioning allows muscles to relax more completely because the environment feels contained. You may notice that even on a flat surface, many cats orient themselves toward the entrance of a room. Their bodies face outward. Their ears remain gently angled toward sound. It is a posture that blends rest with readiness. Sleeping near trusted humans is another expression of safety. When a cat curls beside someone they know well, they are responding to familiarity. Human scent becomes a stable anchor. Predictable breathing patterns provide reassurance. Shared routines create an atmosphere of reliability. Trust reduces vigilance. A cat that feels secure in its environment will gradually shift into deeper sleep states. The body loosens more fully. The paws uncoil. The tail rests without tension. Breathing deepens into steady rhythm. Even then, partial awareness remains. Light sleep allows the auditory system to stay responsive. Cats possess acute hearing, and subtle sounds can travel through the nervous system even during rest. A door opening, a sudden thud, or an unfamiliar footstep may bring immediate awakening. Before fully settling, many cats perform small environmental checks. They may circle once or twice before lying down. This behavior traces back to ancestral patterns of flattening grass or assessing ground texture. Indoors, it becomes a soft ritual, a way of confirming that the chosen space feels right. Some cats need blankets or cushions before resting. This repetitive motion not only prepares the surface, but also engages comforting muscle memory from kittenhood. It signals a transition from alertness into relaxation. Once these checks are complete, the body lowers. Front paws tuck under the chest or stretch gently forward. The spine curves. The head dips slowly. Eyes close in stages, often with brief half-open pauses between blinks. There is a visible shift. Tension drains from the shoulders. The breath becomes slow and consistent. The surrounding room seems to quiet in response. You may notice that in especially secure environments, cats expose their bellies while sleeping. This posture reflects deep trust. The abdomen is one of the most vulnerable areas of the body. Revealing it indicates confidence in the safety of the space. Safety shapes the depth of surrender. Without security, sleep remains light and brief. With security, it becomes longer and more restorative. Over time, a home becomes mapped in a cat's memory as a network of safe zones. Favorite chairs, familiar blankets, the foot of the bed. Each location carries emotional information gathered from repeated experiences. And so, when a cat finally settles into a chosen spot, there is a sense of decision completed. The environment has been scanned, the position adjusted, the signals assessed. Only then does the full weight of the body soften into stillness. A quiet agreement between body and space. The world feels steady, and within that steadiness, the cat finally relaxes. There are certain hours of the day when cats seem to awaken with quiet intensity. The early morning, just before the sun fully rises. The late evening, when daylight begins to soften. At these times, energy gathers. A cat who has spent much of the afternoon resting may suddenly move with focus. Eyes widen. The body lowers slightly to the ground. A toy becomes prey. a shadow becomes something worth chasing. This pattern reflects something deeper than household routine. It connects to a biological rhythm shaped long ago. Cats are crepuscular animals. The word crepuscular comes from the Latin word for twilight. It describes animals that are most active during dawn and dusk. These transitional periods offer unique environmental advantages. Light is dim enough to provide cover. Many small prey species are active at these times. Temperatures are moderate. For ancestral wildcats, twilight offered opportunity. The world was quieter than midday. Movement among grasses and brush became easier to detect. Shadows lengthened, blending predator and landscape together. The feline body adapted to this rhythm. Their eyes are especially sensitive to low light. The reflective layer behind the retina, called the tapetum lucidum, enhances vision in dim conditions. Their pupils expand widely, capturing as much available light as possible. These features support movement and precision in twilight hours. Because of this design, cats often experience peaks of alertness during these periods, even indoors. You may notice early morning energy, sometimes before your own alarm sounds. A cat may walk across the bed, stretch dramatically, or seek interaction. In the evening, as lamps replace sunlight, a similar surge can appear. Play becomes more animated. Attention sharpens. Between these peaks, extended rest returns. Midday often brings long stretches of sleep. The brightness of afternoon light encourages stillness. In the deep hours of night, especially in calm homes, many cats also settle again after brief activity. Their day unfolds in arcs rather than straight lines. Indoor life influences these rhythms, but it rarely erases them entirely. Cats living closely with humans often adapt partially to household schedules. If meals arrive at consistent times, activity may cluster around feeding. If lights remain on late into the night, sleep timing may shift slightly. Yet even with adaptation, the internal clock continues to pulse quietly beneath the surface. Circadian rhythms govern cycles of alertness and rest. These rhythms are regulated by light exposure, hormonal signaling, and neural patterns. In cats, as in many mammals, melatonin levels shift with changing light. As daylight fades, biological signals prepare the body for different states of awareness. Because twilight represents transition, it carries energy. You might observe how a cat sits near a window at dusk, watching the world outside. Birds settle, insects hum, the air cools. There is subtle movement everywhere. Even in a modern home, some part of the cat's perception responds to that shift. The crepuscular pattern explains why cats can seem especially lively at times when humans feel ready to wind down. And yet, after the brief surge, calm returns. A short period of chasing a toy or exploring the hallway may be followed by grooming. Then, a quiet retreat to a familiar sleeping spot. The energy rises and falls like a tide. This rise and fall rhythm supports the larger pattern of long daily sleep totals. Because activity clusters into focused windows, the remaining hours naturally become restful. The day is punctuated rather than continuous. Over time, you may begin to anticipate these transitions. The early morning stretch, the evening burst of motion, the gradual settling once more. As daylight thins into evening and shadows soften, the room takes on a quieter tone. Movement slow. The cat circles once, then twice, choosing a place to rest. Twilight fades gently into night. And once again, the body folds into stillness, following a rhythm older than the walls around it. If you have ever seen a group of kittens sleeping together, the image is almost impossibly soft. Tiny bodies piled gently on top of one another, paws draped across siblings, small noses tucked beneath warm fur. They seem to fall asleep anywhere. After a brief burst of tumbling play, they collapse into stillness, as if someone has quietly dimmed a switch. Kittens sleep even more than adult cats. In their earliest weeks, they may rest for up to 20 hours each day. Their waking periods are brief and intense, filled with exploration, nursing, play, and rapid learning. Then sleep returns. This pattern reflects how quickly their bodies are changing. During kittenhood, growth happens at an extraordinary pace. Bones lengthen, muscles strengthen, organs mature. The brain forms and refines connections at a remarkable rate. Each day brings visible development. Sleep supports this transformation. Growth hormone is released in greater amounts during deep sleep. This hormone plays a central role in tissue development and repair. When a kitten sleeps, the body directs energy toward building. Cells divide. Proteins assemble. Structures strengthen. It is a quiet construction process. The brain, too, relies heavily on sleep during early life. Kittens experience significant REM sleep, especially in their first weeks. During REM, neural circuits activate in complex patterns. Sensory experiences gathered during waking hours are integrated and organized. Every sound, every scent, every texture touched during play becomes part of a growing internal map. If you watch a sleeping kitten closely, you may notice more pronounced twitching than in adult cats. Paws flex, whiskers tremble, tiny mouths move as if nursing. These movements are linked to the developing nervous system. Motor pathways are being refined. Coordination improves over time. Sleep becomes practice. It allows the brain to rehearse and strengthen connections without physical strain. The body remains still, while neural activity continues gently beneath the surface. After an energetic play session, exhaustion can appear almost instantly. A kitten may chase a sibling across the room, tumble through a blanket, leap clumsily at a dangling toy, and then simply lie down where it stands. This immediate transition reflects the intensity of growth demands. Energy is used quickly. Recovery follows naturally. Nutrition also plays a role. Kittens consume calorie-dense milk or food to support development. Digesting and distributing those nutrients requires metabolic effort. Sleep provides the stable environment the body needs to process and allocate those resources. There is also comfort in shared rest. Young kittens often sleep pressed against one another. Physical contact provides warmth and reassurance. The steady heartbeat and breathing of a sibling create a rhythm that supports deeper relaxation. Even after weaning, many kittens seek proximity during sleep. This early pattern of co-sleeping lays the foundation for future bonding behaviors. As weeks pass and kittens mature into adolescence, sleep duration gradually decreases. Activity becomes more sustained. Coordination improves. Muscles strengthen. The body requires slightly fewer hours of rest, yet the essential rhythm remains. Growth, learning, exploration, and then sleep. You might notice how peaceful a room feels when kittens are resting. The chaos of play gives way to complete quiet. The tiny bodies rise and fall in synchronized breaths. Sunlight touches soft fur. Time seems to slow. In those moments, something important is happening beneath the surface. Cells are multiplying. Neural networks are strengthening. Systems are calibrating themselves for adulthood. Sleep, in kittenhood, is less about inactivity and more about becoming. Each nap carries forward the work of growth. Each quiet hour supports the shaping of a stronger body and a more coordinated mind. And so, when a kitten drifts off after a flurry of motion, what looks like simple exhaustion is actually part of a steady, purposeful process. Small bodies resting, small brains building, life unfolding gently, one quiet sleep at a time. If kitten sleep feels like building, older cat sleep feels like preserving. The pace changes. An older cat may move more slowly across the room. Jumps become smaller. Stairs are taken with more care. Play still appears, sometimes in short, spirited flashes, yet the intervals between activity grow longer. And with those longer intervals comes more rest. As cats age, their metabolism gradually slows. Energy production becomes slightly less efficient. Muscle mass can decrease over time. Joints may grow stiffer, especially after long periods of stillness. Sleep becomes a natural response to these shifts. When the body rests, it reduces strain on joints and muscles. Inflammation can settle. Micro-repair continues quietly. Just as in youth, sleep supports restoration, though now the purpose leans more toward maintenance than rapid growth. You may notice that senior cats often seek especially soft surfaces. Cushioned beds, folded blankets, warm spots with gentle support. Comfort becomes more deliberate. The body chooses locations that reduce pressure on aging joints. There is wisdom in this selection. Older cats also tend to conserve energy more intentionally. Where a young adult might sprint across the house after a sound, a senior cat may simply lift its head and observe. Movement is reserved for when it matters. This conservation extends into sleep patterns. Longer stretches of rest help maintain internal balance. Organs continue their steady work. The immune system remains supported. Hormonal rhythms stabilize through repeated cycles of rest and wakefulness. It is common for older cats to adjust the timing of their sleep as well. Some may become more active at night, drifting through quiet rooms when the household sleeps. Others may sleep more deeply during daylight hours, content in warm patches of sun. These shifts reflect subtle changes in circadian rhythm, as internal clocks adapt over time. Despite increased sleep, awareness often remains sharp. A senior cat may appear deeply settled, yet respond quickly to familiar sounds. The rustle of food packaging, the click of a favorite toy. Even aging bodies retain layers of readiness, shaped by instinct. You might also notice changes in posture, where younger cats curl tightly or sprawl loosely. Older cats sometimes favor positions that support the spine and hips. They may tuck paws beneath the chest or rest with legs folded in ways that feel stable and balanced. Sleep becomes tailored to the body's current needs. There is also a psychological component. Older cats, who have lived many years in the same home often carry a deep familiarity with their surroundings. They know which spaces are quiet, which corners remain undisturbed, which human routines unfold predictably each day. That familiarity fosters security. With security comes the ability to rest more fully. An aging cat who feels safe may sink into deeper states of sleep, trusting that the environment remains steady. Their breathing slows into a gentle rhythm. The room holds them without disruption. At times, you may see an older cat dozing while seated upright, eyes partially closed. These lighter naps allow comfort without complete surrender. At other times, they stretch fully onto their side, belly rising and falling in even waves. Both states are part of the same pattern. Sleep in later life supports continuity. It allows the body to preserve what strength remains. It reduces wear on joints. It offers calm between moments of activity. It maintains internal systems that have been working faithfully for many years. There is something quietly dignified about this rhythm. The playful chaos of kittenhood has softened into measured stillness. Energy flows in smaller arcs. Movement carries intention rather than impulse. And between those movements, long hours of sleep settle gently across the day. An older cat resting in warm light carries a sense of patience. The world moves more slowly around them. And within that slower rhythm, the body continues its careful work of restoration, honoring each quiet pause as part of a life well lived. Long ago, a cat's day was shaped by uncertainty. Food was not guaranteed. Movement required effort. Each meal followed a successful hunt. Energy flowed in cycles that were directly tied to survival. A period of stillness, a careful stalk, a sudden burst of motion. Then, if successful, a meal. Afterward, rest returned. In a modern home, that pattern looks very different. Food arrives in a bowl. It appears at regular times. It requires no chase, no ambush, no calculated leap through tall grass. The uncertainty has softened into predictability, yet the body remains the same. The muscles are still designed for explosive effort. The nervous system is still wired for focused bursts of attention. The metabolism still follows ancient rhythms. What changes is the environment in which those rhythms unfold. When food becomes predictable, the energy equation shifts. In the wild, a cat might expend significant energy securing a meal. Indoors, that expenditure decreases. Calories arrive with far less effort. The need for prolonged physical exertion diminishes. Sleep fills that unused space. Without the necessity of hunting across territory, the body naturally conserves energy. Short play sessions often replace full hunting cycles. A feather toy may trigger the stalking sequence. A quick chase down a hallway may satisfy the urge for motion. But once the brief burst is complete, there is little reason to continue. The body returns to rest. Environmental enrichment influences this pattern. Homes that provide climbing structures, scratching posts, toys, and interactive play can create small pockets of stimulation. These activities mirror elements of the hunt, pursuit, capture, release. They engage both mind and muscle. After such stimulation, sleep often follows naturally. The brain processes the experience. Muscles recover from exertion. The cycle remains intact, even if shortened. In quieter homes with fewer stimulation cues, sleep may become even more dominant. Without environmental prompts for exploration, the body defaults to conservation. This does not necessarily indicate boredom. It reflects efficiency. A cat does not seek movement for its own sake. Movement has purpose. When purpose is minimal, rest becomes the default state. There is also the factor of safety. Indoor environments reduce many external threats. There are no territorial disputes in tall grass, no predators scanning from above, no unpredictable weather patterns. The stability of indoor life allows longer stretches of deep rest. The nervous system senses this stability. As a result, sleep can extend beyond what might occur in a more dynamic outdoor setting. The body feels permitted to relax more fully. You may notice that indoor cats often create predictable daily loops. Wake briefly, eat, groom, sleep, stir at dusk, play, sleep again. The household rhythm shapes these loops gently. Artificial lighting influences timing as well. Extended light into the evening may delay rest slightly. Early darkness in winter may lengthen it. Even so, the underlying pattern of bursts and pauses remains steady. Some cats, who have access to both indoor and outdoor spaces, show subtle differences in sleep duration. Outdoor exploration introduces new variables, scents, movement, unpredictable encounters. These experiences increase alertness and activity. Indoor-only cats often experience fewer external stimuli, leading to longer rest phases. Yet whether indoors or outdoors, the biological blueprint persists. The hunt may now consist of chasing a ribbon rather than stalking prey. The territory may be a living room instead of a field. The risk may be minimal. Still, after each small wave of activity, sleep returns. It returns because the body was shaped to operate in cycles. Indoor life softens the edges of survival, but it does not erase instinct. It reshapes how instinct expresses itself. The quiet of a home, the predictability of meals, the steady temperature, the absence of threat. All of these elements allow the cat's body to lean more heavily into rest. And so, in the space where long hunts once unfolded, a softer pattern emerges. A brief sprint across the carpet, a satisfied pause, then a gentle settling into familiar cushions. The house grows still. And once again, the ancient rhythm resolves into sleep, shaped by a world that has grown quieter around it. When we think about why cats sleep so much, it is easy to focus only on muscles and movement. But the brain plays an equally important role. A cat's day is not just a series of physical actions. It is filled with sensory information. Sounds from outside the window, shifting light patterns across the floor, the faint scent of something carried in on a breeze, footsteps in another room. Even when the body appears still, the brain remains active, gathering and interpreting subtle cues. Mental stimulation shapes wakefulness. When a cat encounters something new or engaging, alertness rises. The pupils widen. Ears orient toward the source. Muscles prepare for motion. The brain allocates resources toward attention and response. Puzzle feeders, interactive toys, and climbing structures introduce layers of complexity into an indoor environment. They encourage problem solving. They engage memory. They invite planning, even in small ways. After these periods of engagement, rest often follows. The brain, like the body, benefits from pause. When a cat works through a puzzle feeder, there is a sequence unfolding internally, assessing scent, adjusting paw placement, testing angles, coordinating movement with expectation. Even brief mental tasks create measurable neural activity. Sleep allows the brain to process that activity. During rest, especially during deeper phases, neural connections that were recently active are reorganized. Patterns strengthen or soften. Sensory impressions are integrated into memory. The nervous system returns to baseline. In this way, sleep functions as a reset. Without sufficient rest, stimulation can accumulate into agitation. You may notice that a cat who has experienced extended excitement, perhaps visitors in the home or prolonged play, often retreats afterward. They may seek a quiet corner and sleep longer than usual. This is not withdrawal, it is regulation. There is also a quieter side to mental stimulation. Not all engagement is energetic. Sometimes it is observational. A cat watching birds through a window is mentally active. The eyes track motion. The brain maps patterns. The body remains still, yet awareness is heightened. After prolonged observation, rest often follows as well. The balance between stimulation and rest creates a healthy rhythm. In environments with little variation, sleep may increase simply because fewer cognitive demands are present. Without novel input, the brain does not need to sustain high alertness. It conserves energy instead. This does not necessarily reflect boredom in a negative sense. It reflects efficiency again. The nervous system shifts toward low demand mode when complexity is minimal. In enriched environments, cycles may feel slightly different. Shorter sleep periods may alternate with brief investigative behaviors. The cat moves between engagement and rest fluidly. The key pattern remains consistent. Activity rises, the brain processes, then sleep settles in to integrate and restore. You might notice how a cat appears especially relaxed after a satisfying play session. The body stretches, grooming begins, breathing slows. The eyelids grow heavy. What occurred moments before was both physical and mental. A sequence of attention, pursuit, coordination. Once complete, the system returns to quiet. This rhythm mirrors patterns seen across many species. The nervous system is designed for waves. High engagement cannot sustain indefinitely without consequence. Recovery becomes essential. For cats, whose biology already favors bursts over endurance, the role of mental reset is even more pronounced. They are built for focused attention, followed by conservation. Even simple daily routines contribute to this cycle. Feeding times stimulate anticipation. Door sounds signal transitions. Light shifts cue awareness. Each small event creates ripples in the brain. Sleep smooths those ripples. It restores equilibrium. If you sit quietly near a resting cat after a period of play, you may feel that equilibrium yourself. The room grows calmer. Movements soften. The earlier energy dissolves into steady breathing. There is a sense of completion. The brain has done its work, and now it rests, not as escape, but as preparation for the next gentle wave of awareness that will rise when the environment calls again. If you watch a cat closely throughout the day, you may begin to notice how often sleep arrives in small, almost invisible waves. A cat may sit upright on the couch, paws tucked neatly beneath the chest. The eyes narrow slightly. The blinking slows. Within moments, the body softens into stillness. 5 minutes later, the eyes open again. A small stretch, a shift of position, a glance around the room. Then, just as gently, the eyelids lower once more. Cats are specialists in what scientists call polyphasic sleep. Rather than consolidating rest into one long stretch, they divide sleep into many shorter periods scattered across the day and night. This pattern fits perfectly with their evolutionary design. Instead of sleeping deeply for 8 uninterrupted hours, a cat drifts in and out of rest repeatedly. These short, frequent naps accumulate into the long total sleep durations we observe. A micro-nap may last only a few minutes. It may deepen briefly, then dissolve back into quiet alertness. These transitions are fluid. There is no sharp boundary between wakefulness and sleep. The shift happens almost seamlessly. You may notice how quickly a cat can move between states. One moment they appear completely asleep. The next, their head lifts at the faintest sound. The eyes sharpen instantly. There is no heavy grogginess, no long recovery from sleep. This rapid transition is part of their adaptive vigilance. Even while resting, their nervous system maintains a low hum of awareness. The brain remains capable of scanning for important stimuli. Auditory pathways remain sensitive. Whiskers detect subtle air currents. The body may be still, yet awareness lingers in the background. The classic loaf position, paws tucked beneath the chest, body upright, reflects this semi-alert rest. In this posture, muscles remain partially engaged. Rising requires minimal effort. The cat can move quickly if needed. When safety deepens, posture often changes. The body rolls onto its side. The spine curves into a soft crescent. Limbs stretch outward. In these deeper moments, vigilance decreases slightly, though never entirely disappears. Polyphasic sleep allows flexibility. If the environment shifts unexpectedly, a cat can wake, respond, and later resume rest without difficulty. There is no need to protect a long, uninterrupted sleep period. Rest is distributed throughout the day. This distribution supports both conservation and responsiveness. In a household, this might look like a cat napping during a quiet morning, waking briefly when someone walks through the room, then settling again once stillness returns. Each small disturbance becomes part of the natural rhythm, rather than a disruption. The micro-nap pattern also explains why cats often appear to be sleeping almost constantly. Even if each nap is short, the repetition creates the impression of near continuous rest. And yet, beneath that stillness, readiness remains. The ears rotate slightly toward distant sounds. The tail may flick once, then grow quiet again. Breathing remains steady, neither too shallow nor too deep. There is a delicate balance at work. Sleep is present, but it does not overwhelm awareness. Awareness is present, but it does not prevent rest. This blending of states creates a gentle fluidity. For humans accustomed to longer consolidated sleep, this pattern can seem unusual. But for cats, it is efficient. It allows energy conservation without sacrificing responsiveness. It allows deep rest when conditions permit and lighter rest when conditions require. If you sit in a quiet room with a cat who is dozing lightly, you may feel this subtle equilibrium yourself. The air feels calm. The body beside you appears still. Yet there is a quiet sense that the cat could rise at any moment. The room remains peaceful. The cat remains resting. And beneath that surface of stillness, awareness hums softly, ready yet relaxed, held in the gentle rhythm of many small sleeps woven together. Beneath the still fur, beneath the slow breathing and folded paws, something quieter is always unfolding. Sleep is not only posture, it is chemistry. Inside a cat's brain, tiny chemical messengers rise and fall throughout the day, guiding the rhythm between alertness and rest. These signals are subtle. They move through neural pathways without sound or light, yet they shape the entire pattern of sleep. One of the most important of these messengers is melatonin. Melatonin is often associated with darkness. As light fades in the evening, signals from the eyes travel to a small structure deep within the brain. In response, melatonin levels gradually increase. This shift does not force sleep instantly. Instead, it gently prepares the body for rest. Muscles begin to relax more easily. Alertness softens. The internal pace slows. Cats experience similar cycles. Even indoor lighting cannot fully override the influence of natural light changes. As daylight dims, hormonal signals adjust. The body leans slightly toward rest. This aligns with the crepuscular rhythm we explored earlier, where activity rises briefly at twilight and then tapers. Another chemical quietly influencing sleep is adenosine. Throughout waking hours, adenosine accumulates in the brain as a byproduct of cellular energy use. The longer a cat remains awake and active, the more adenosine builds. Its presence creates a gentle pressure towards sleep. When rest finally arrives, adenosine levels decrease, resetting the cycle. This process helps explain why, after a period of energetic play or focused attention, a cat often settles into sleep more deeply. The internal chemistry has shifted toward restoration. Cortisol also plays a role, though in a more dynamic way. Cortisol supports alertness and readiness. Its levels fluctuate across the day, rising during periods of increased activity and falling during rest. In healthy rhythms, cortisol aligns with environmental cues such as light and routine. Balanced fluctuations support energy when needed and calm when appropriate. Together, these chemical signals form part of the circadian system. Circadian rhythms are internal clocks that repeat roughly every 24 hours. They coordinate sleep, appetite, hormone release, and body temperature. In cats, as in humans, this system synchronizes with light exposure. Morning light encourages wakefulness. Evening dimness encourages rest. Even when cats nap frequently throughout the day, this underlying clock continues to guide the larger pattern. Hormonal alignment with light explains why seasonal changes can subtly influence sleep. Shorter winter days may extend rest periods. Longer summer daylight may shift timing slightly. Indoor cats feel these changes more gently, yet the influence remains present. There is also a calming effect created by the predictable repetition of these cycles. When the body knows what to expect, light fading, routine feeding times, quiet evenings, chemical transitions occur smoothly. Melatonin rises. Adenosine decreases during sleep. Cortisol settles into balanced patterns. The result is a steady rhythm of alertness and rest. You might observe how a cat's breathing changes as evening approaches. Movements grow slower. Grooming becomes more deliberate. The body begins to prepare long before full sleep arrives. This preparation is invisible, yet precise. Chemical signals move in waves. Neurons adjust firing patterns. Systems coordinate quietly. Sleep unfolds as the natural conclusion of many small internal adjustments, rather than as a sudden event. Even during brief micronaps, these chemical processes operate at smaller scales. A short rest allows partial resetting. A longer rest allows deeper recalibration. The calm we observe externally mirrors the calm within. As light dims and the room grows softer, a cat may choose a familiar sleeping place. The body lowers. The eyelids drift closed. Beneath that stillness, melatonin gently supports the descent. Adenosine releases its quiet pressure. Cortisol settles. Evening deepens. The brain's chemistry aligns with the fading light. And in that alignment, rest arrives not as interruption, but as continuation. A seamless shift guided by invisible currents flowing steadily through the feline mind. If you sit beside a sleeping cat long enough, you may notice something delicate and almost secretive. A paw twitches. Whiskers quiver. The tip of the tail flicks once, then settles. The body remains still overall, yet small movements ripple across it like soft echoes of something unseen. These moments often occur during REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement, a phase of sleep associated with increased brain activity. In cats, as in many mammals, REM appears in short bursts woven between lighter and deeper phases of rest. The eyelids may shift subtly. Muscles engage in tiny, spontaneous motions. Breathing becomes slightly irregular. It is during these REM phases that dreaming is most likely to occur. We cannot know exactly what a cat experiences in dreams. The inner landscape of their mind remains private. Yet scientific observation reveals that their brains show patterns during REM that resemble those seen in other mammals, including humans. Electrical activity rises. Neural circuits activate in coordinated waves. Regions associated with movement and memory become engaged. The twitching paws may reflect motor rehearsal. In waking life, cats stalk, leap, climb, and pounce. During REM sleep, the brain may replay fragments of those actions. Motor pathways activate while the body remains largely still, thanks to protective mechanisms that prevent full movement. This allows the brain to practice without physical strain. Memory processing is another important function associated with REM. Throughout the day, a cat gathers information. The sound of a new object in the room, the scent of something unfamiliar, the layout of a rearranged piece of furniture. These impressions are stored and organized during sleep. REM provides an environment where neural connections can be strengthened or refined. Dreaming may be part of this organization. The emotional dimension of sleep is also significant. If a cat experiences heightened stimulation, a lively play session, a new visitor, a brief scare, those events generate emotional responses. REM sleep appears to assist in integrating such experiences gently. The brain revisits them in a quieter state, smoothing intensity and reinforcing learning. When you see whiskers trembling or paws flexing, you may be witnessing this internal integration at work. The body remains safe. Muscles stay relaxed overall, yet within the brain, activity hums softly. The similarity between feline and human REM patterns suggests that the fundamental architecture of dreaming is shared across species. Both exhibit rhythmic brain waves. Both show temporary muscle inhibition. Both display small, spontaneous movements during REM. This shared architecture points to a deep evolutionary origin for dreaming itself. Even so, it is helpful to approach the topic with quiet curiosity, rather than certainty. We do not need to assign specific narratives to a cat's dreams. It is enough to observe the signs of inner activity and recognize that sleep is layered and dynamic. You might notice that REM phases in cats are relatively brief. A minute or two of twitching may be followed by a return to stillness. The breathing steadies again. The whiskers quiet. The paws relax fully. These short bursts reflect the overall polyphasic pattern of feline sleep. The dream arrives. It passes. Calm returns. There is something tender about these moments. A sleeping cat, outwardly still, carries within it a world of neural motion. Signals flash and fade. Circuits activate and quiet. The brain rehearses, integrates, restores. Yet from the outside, all we see is a gentle flick of fur. The mystery remains intact. We are allowed to witness the signs, but not the story. And perhaps that is part of the comfort. A room bathed in soft light. A cat resting peacefully. Whiskers trembling for a breath or two, then settling once more. Sleep continues, carrying its quiet work forward, unseen yet present beneath the surface of stillness. Sometimes, sleep is shared. If you have ever seen two cats resting beside one another, the scene carries a different quality than solitary sleep. Bodies align gently, tails overlap. One head may rest lightly against another's side. Their breathing begins to match in quiet rhythm. There is warmth in this closeness. Shared warmth is one of the most practical reasons cats sleep together. Body heat radiates outward, and when two forms press side by side, that heat is conserved. Energy required to maintain temperature decreases slightly. Muscles relax more easily in the steady presence of another living body. Yet warmth is only part of the story. Sleep beside another cat signals trust. Cats do not sleep deeply near individuals they perceive as threatening. The act of lying down next to another, exposing vulnerable areas, reflects a level of social comfort. It indicates that the nervous system feels secure enough to lower vigilance. In multi-cat households, you may notice patterns forming. Certain pairs consistently choose one another. Others maintain comfortable distance. These choices reflect subtle bonds shaped by familiarity, shared experience, and temperament. Over time, repeated co-sleeping strengthens those bonds. Proximity during rest reinforces social connection. Scent mingles softly as fur brushes against fur. Each cat absorbs the familiar smell of the other. This blending creates a shared scent profile, which contributes to group cohesion. The household becomes mapped not only visually, but chemically. When one cat shifts slightly during sleep, the other often adjusts as well. A paw drapes more securely. A body leans in closer, their positions evolve in quiet coordination. This is co-regulation. Co-regulation describes how nervous systems influence one another. When two animals rest together peacefully, their breathing patterns may gradually align. Heart rates may slow in tandem. The presence of a calm companion can reduce individual stress signals. You may observe this most clearly in bonded pairs. After a brief disagreement or playful chase, the same cats may later settle side by side as if reaffirming stability. Sleep becomes a gentle reset within the relationship. Kittens provide an especially clear example. In early life, sleeping in piles is common. Tiny bodies stack atop one another for warmth and security. As they grow older, some cats retain this preference for close contact, especially with individuals they trust deeply. Even adult cats who prefer independence may occasionally seek proximity during rest, particularly during colder seasons or periods of environmental change. There is a softness in these shared moments. One cat's ear flicks. The other remains still. A small sigh escapes one chest, answered by the steady breath of the other. Neither needs to speak. Their bodies communicate comfort through contact. Sleep also reinforces hierarchy gently within groups. Dominant cats may choose higher resting places, while others select nearby but slightly lower positions. These arrangements rarely appear dramatic. They unfold naturally through repeated interactions. Yet even within hierarchy, shared rest suggests stability. If tension rises within a group, sleep patterns often reflect it. Distance increases. Postures remain more guarded. When harmony returns, proximity resumes. The sleeping cluster becomes a quiet indicator of relational health. From a broader perspective, social sleeping reminds us that cats are not purely solitary creatures. While they are capable of independence, they also possess flexible social behaviors. In environments where resources are stable and threats are minimal, social bonds flourish. Rest becomes communal. In a quiet room, two cats resting together create a subtle atmosphere. The air feels steady. The shared stillness deepens. Their bodies rise and fall in near unison. There is no urgency, no competition, just warmth, trust, and gentle synchronization. As minutes pass, the space between them seems to dissolve. Their outlines blur into one calm shape. Shared stillness expands quietly, and within that shared quiet, sleep continues its careful work, held gently between two steady breaths. There is a particular kind of sleep that happens when a cat chooses to rest near a person. It looks ordinary at first. A cat at the foot of a bed. A warm shape curled beside a leg on the couch. A quiet presence on a chair placed close enough to share the same air. Yet this choice carries meaning. Cats are selective about where they rest, and even more selective about who they rest near. When a cat sleeps close to a human, it often reflects a blend of comfort, familiarity, and a kind of everyday trust, built slowly through repeated routines. Warmth plays a simple role. Human bodies radiate steady heat. A cat who curls against a calf, rests near a hip, or settles at the edge of a pillow is choosing a reliable source of warmth that does not move much once sleep begins. This warmth supports relaxation. Muscles release more easily. The body conserves energy without effort. You might notice how cats subtly adjust their position throughout the night, drifting closer during cooler hours and loosening away when the room warms. These changes are small, almost sleepy. A few inches at a time. A shift of paws, a slow turn of the head. Heat is one reason, scent is another. Cats live in a world where scent carries structure. Familiar smells act like soft landmarks, telling the nervous system what is known and steady. A person's scent on sheets, blankets, and clothing becomes part of a cat's map of safety. Sleeping near that scent can feel grounding, like resting inside something familiar. This is one reason cats often choose laundry piles, pillows, and places where a person spends time. The scent signals continuity. The environment feels stable. Nighttime adds another layer. When the home quiets down, sounds become more noticeable. A creak in the hallway, a car passing outside, wind shifting against a window. Cats hear more than we do, and at night, their sensitivity can make the world feel more vivid. Sleeping near a trusted human can soften that vividness. The presence of a familiar body, breathing in a steady rhythm, can bring the whole room into a calmer pattern. A cat may rest more deeply when the surrounding signals feel predictable. The human becomes part of the environment's stability. Safety works in both directions too. A cat that sleeps near you may be seeking comfort, and it may also be placing itself in a position of gentle awareness. Cats often choose spots that allow them to monitor a room while still resting. The foot of a bed provides an easy view of the doorway. The back of a couch offers elevation and distance from floor movement. A chair near you offers closeness without being trapped. These choices can look like affection, and they often are. They also reflect how cats balance rest with readiness. Some cats prefer contact. Others prefer proximity. One cat may press tightly against your side, leaning into warmth and scent. Another may choose the same room, settling a few feet away, keeping you within view. Both choices can express trust. Both can indicate that your presence is woven into the cat's sense of security. Over time, this becomes routine. Cats love predictable rituals. If you sit in the same place each evening, your cat may begin arriving there before you do, as if reserving the shared moment. If you go to bed at a consistent time, the cat may follow. Not because it understands the clock, but because the pattern has become a familiar arc of the day. These routines shape the feline mind gently. Expectation builds. Comfort builds. The body begins to associate certain moments with softness and stillness. And when sleep arrives, something subtle can happen. Breathing rhythms may begin to sync. A cat's breath is usually faster than a human's when awake. Yet during rest, it can slow into a steady pattern. When a cat is sleeping near a person, the repeated sound and feel of human breathing can create a shared tempo in the space. The room becomes quieter. Movements become fewer. Stillness becomes mutual. This mutual rhythm is one reason many people find it calming to sleep near cats. The cat's presence is quiet, consistent, and repetitive in the most soothing way. A slow shift of fur, a soft exhale, a warm weight settling into the blanket. Even the smallest details can become part of the ritual. The cat circling once before lying down, the careful tucking of paws, the slow blink that happens just before the eyes close. These are tiny signals that the environment is safe enough for rest. When a cat chooses to sleep near you, it is often choosing the steady version of you, the quiet version, the version that remains in one place long enough to be predictable. And as the night deepens, the boundaries between separate routines soften. A cat at the foot of the bed, a person under the blanket, two steady breathing patterns sharing the same dark, quiet room. The home feels held together by that shared stillness. The cat settles more fully, trusting the steadiness it senses nearby, and in that calm sleep becomes something shared, even without touch, even without words, carried gently by warmth, familiarity, and the soft rhythm of a room at rest. There are times when a cat's sleep shifts. The pattern may lengthen. The stretches may deepen. The usual bursts of play may grow softer or shorter. These changes are often subtle at first. A longer nap in the afternoon, a slower response to a familiar sound, a little more time spent curled in a quiet corner. Sleep, in these moments, becomes part of the body's internal response. When illness appears, whether mild or more complex, the immune system activates. Cells begin communicating through chemical signals. Energy is redirected toward defense and repair. Inflammation may rise briefly as part of this process. The body prioritizes healing. Healing requires energy. That energy must come from somewhere. When resources are limited, the body reduces non-essential activity. Movement decreases. Exploration pauses. Play becomes less frequent. Sleep increases to support immune function and restoration. This pattern is not unique to cats. Across many species, increased sleep accompanies immune activation. Rest allows the body to allocate fuel toward white blood cell production, tissue repair, and internal regulation. You may notice that a cat who feels slightly unwell chooses warmer, more enclosed spaces. The nervous system leans toward conservation. The body seeks comfort. Muscles relax more deeply. Fever, when present, is also energy intensive. An elevated body temperature helps create an environment that limits certain pathogens. Maintaining that temperature requires metabolic effort. Sleep supports this effort by lowering physical demands elsewhere. During these times, behavior often changes gently rather than dramatically. A cat may still eat, still groom, still respond to familiar voices, but with slightly less enthusiasm. The rhythm slows. The pauses grow longer. There is less spontaneous movement. Observation becomes important. Because cats are skilled at masking discomfort, sleep changes can sometimes be among the earliest visible signals that something feels different. An increase in hiding, a shift in favorite sleeping locations, or unusual sleep posture may reflect the body's attempt to manage discomfort quietly. Yet it is helpful to approach these shifts calmly. An occasional longer day of sleep does not automatically indicate illness. Cats vary naturally from day to day. Weather changes, household noise, or minor stressors can influence rest patterns as well. What matters most is consistency. If increased sleep accompanies other changes, reduced appetite, altered grooming, changes in litter habits, or noticeable lethargy, these signals together may suggest that the body is asking for attention. During recovery from minor illness, extended sleep often plays a restorative role. As healing progresses, energy gradually returns. Playfulness reappears in small increments. Curiosity revives. The rhythm begins to resemble its familiar pattern again. There is something deeply biological about this retreat into rest. When systems are strained, the body narrows its focus. It pulls inward. It quiets unnecessary motion. Sleep becomes protective. Even posture may shift during these periods. A cat may curl more tightly, minimizing exposure and conserving warmth. Or it may stretch gently into a position that eases pressure on a sore area. The choice of location may reflect the search for comfort. Throughout this process, the nervous system remains engaged in subtle monitoring. Even in increased sleep, awareness does not disappear entirely. The ears still respond to sound. The eyes may open briefly before closing again. Rest and vigilance continue to balance one another. For those who live with cats, gentle attentiveness becomes part of shared life. Watching patterns, noticing small shifts, understanding that sleep can mean many things, from simple conservation to active restoration. Most days, feline sleep reflects rhythm and efficiency. On some days, it reflects healing. And when the body needs quiet space to recover, it often finds that space in stillness. A cat resting more deeply, breathing softly in a quiet room, may be doing exactly what its biology requires. Sleep, in these moments, is not withdrawal. It is work unfolding beneath calm fur and steady breath. The body turning inward, restoring balance in its own measured way. Rain begins softly against the window. A grey sky settles over the afternoon. Light dims earlier than usual. The air feels heavier, quieter. Inside, a cat remains curled on a familiar cushion, eyes half closed, body still. Weather moves outside the walls, yet its influence often reaches inward. One subtle factor is barometric pressure. Barometric pressure refers to the weight of the air in the atmosphere. Before storms, pressure often drops slightly. Many animals are sensitive to these shifts, even when humans barely notice them. Changes in pressure can influence joints, energy levels, and overall alertness. Some cats appear sleepier before or during storms. They may settle earlier than usual. Movement slows. The body leans into stillness as if responding to a quiet signal in the air. Light also plays an important role. In winter months, daylight shortens. Morning arrives later. Evening falls earlier. Even indoor cats perceive these gradual changes. Natural light entering through windows shifts in duration and intensity. This change influences circadian rhythms gently, encouraging longer rest periods. With less light exposure, melatonin cycles may extend slightly. The body interprets shorter days as cues for longer conservation. Sleep adjusts accordingly. During heavy storms, stimulation decreases. Fewer birds pass by the window. Outdoor movement slows. Sounds become muffled by rain or snow. The world feels contained. Without visual motion or environmental cues drawing attention outward, a cat's alertness may soften. Storms create enclosure. The home feels like a protected space within a larger movement of weather. For some cats, this containment deepens relaxation. The sound of rain becomes a steady backdrop. The room grows dimmer. Sleep lengthens. Cold weather introduces another influence. Lower temperatures increase the body's need to conserve warmth. Curling becomes more frequent. Blankets and sunlit spots grow more appealing. By tucking limbs close and wrapping the tail around the body, heat loss reduces. Sleep in these curled positions often appears especially compact and steady. In warmer seasons, posture shifts. A cat may stretch fully along a cool floor, limbs extended outward to release excess heat. Sleep remains present, yet the body positions itself differently to maintain comfort. Seasonal rhythm adjustments occur gradually rather than abruptly. As autumn light softens day by day, a cat's sleep timing may drift subtly. Longer winter nights may encourage earlier settling. Brighter spring mornings may bring slightly earlier activity. These adjustments are rarely dramatic. They unfold over weeks. Yet they reflect how closely the feline body remains connected to environmental cycles. Even indoor climate control does not entirely erase these influences. Windows allow light changes to enter. Sounds shift with weather patterns. Temperature gradients fluctuate near doors and glass. The body registers these signals in quiet ways. You may notice that during long stretches of overcast weather, your home feels calmer. Movement slows. Sounds carry differently. A cat resting during such weather may appear especially peaceful, as though the outside world has dimmed its energy. There is a shared quality between weather and sleep. Both move in waves. Rain begins and ends. Sunlight brightens and fades. Wind rises and settles. In response, the cat's rest expands and contracts gently, shaped by these larger rhythms. Some days bring bursts of twilight energy under crisp autumn skies. Other days invite extended afternoon naps during steady rainfall. The body responds to what the environment offers. This responsiveness is part of biological continuity. Long before insulated walls and controlled heating, feline ancestors adapted to shifting climates. Cold required conservation. Heat required cooling strategies. Storms invited shelter. Bright days invited movement. Modern life softens the edges of these demands, yet the core pattern remains. Inside a quiet home, rain continues tapping against the window. The sky grows darker earlier than yesterday. A cat adjusts position slightly, nose tucked closer to tail. Weather moves softly outside, and within the room, sleep follows its gentle cue, shaped quietly by the turning of seasons beyond the glass. There is a word people sometimes use when they see a cat sleeping for the 10th time that day. Lazy. It slips into conversation easily, said with a smile, said without much thought. A cat stretched across the couch, eyes closed again, while the world moves around them. Yet the word carries a human expectation inside it. It assumes that wakefulness equals productivity, that motion equals purpose, that long rest must mean something is missing. Cats follow a different design. Their energy needs are not the same as ours. Their biology was shaped for brief, precise action followed by recovery. Where humans evolved for endurance walking, cooperative labor, and sustained daytime activity, cats evolved for ambush. Ambush does not require constant motion. It requires readiness. A cat's body is built around explosive muscle fibers, rapid reflexes, and focused attention. These systems perform best when well rested. Long periods of sleep preserve sharpness. They protect strength. They maintain reaction speed. Seen through that lens, extended rest is not absence of effort. It is preparation. Consider how quickly a sleeping cat can shift into motion. A faint sound, a sudden movement. In an instant, the body springs forward with precision. There is no stiffness in that leap, no sluggish delay. That capacity is sustained by conservation. If a cat spent all day pacing or exploring without pause, those bursts would lose clarity. Muscles would fatigue. Reaction time would slow. The system would become inefficient. Survival efficiency favors balance. Rest allows energy stores to replenish. Glycogen rebuilds within muscle fibers. Neural pathways reset. Hormonal cycles stabilize. Each hour of sleep contributes to maintaining the ability to act decisively when needed. This pattern has remained consistent across centuries. From desert wildcats to modern house companions, the architecture is similar. The external setting changed. The internal design remained. When a cat appears to be doing nothing, something is always happening beneath the surface. Breathing remains steady. Cells repair. The brain organizes recent experiences. Sensory systems recalibrate. The body maintains its internal equilibrium. There is also a difference between voluntary rest and forced inactivity. Cats choose their rest. They move when instinct calls. They play when stimulated. They explore when curiosity rises. Sleep returns when the internal rhythm settles. This rhythm reflects alignment rather than avoidance. Humans often view rest through the lens of schedule. We divide time into work and leisure. We assign value to busyness. From that perspective, an animal sleeping through most of the afternoon seems idle. Yet in the feline system, sleep and action are not opposites. They are complementary. The long stillness of the day supports the brief intensity of the evening. The quiet nap after a meal supports digestion. The extended rest during winter supports warmth conservation. Each segment has function. You might notice how a cat who has slept much of the afternoon can still engage in sudden play with full enthusiasm. There is no dullness in the response. The body carries stored potential. That stored potential is the result of conservation. Even posture communicates readiness within rest. The loaf position keeps limbs tucked but accessible. Ears remain gently angled toward sound. The eyes may open briefly at subtle movement. Sleep and vigilance coexist. When we replace the word lazy with design, the picture changes. The cat is not avoiding effort. The cat is following its blueprint. A blueprint shaped by thousands of years of survival efficiency. A blueprint that values sharp bursts over constant activity. A blueprint that understands rest as an essential component of strength. If you sit beside a sleeping cat and watch long enough, you may begin to see the balance. Stillness that holds potential. Calm that contains readiness. Energy preserved for when it matters. The word lazy begins to feel misplaced. What remains is something quieter. A body aligned with its biology, a rhythm shaped by purpose, and a form of rest that reflects intelligence rather than absence. There is something quietly soothing about watching a sleeping cat. You may not even realize it at first. You glance across the room. A small shape rests in a patch of light. Nothing dramatic is happening. No movement beyond the slow rise and fall of breath. Yet the space feels softer, Part of this comes from rhythm. A sleeping cat breathes slowly and steadily. The chest rises, the chest falls. The pattern repeats without interruption. Humans are highly sensitive to rhythm. We respond to it automatically. When we sit near a calm, repeating pattern, our own breathing often begins to slow. It happens gently, without effort. Stillness also reduces sensory load. In a world filled with constant motion, screens shifting, notifications appearing, traffic moving outside, a sleeping cat offers a different visual experience. The body remains in one place. The outline stays consistent. The room feels less busy. Our nervous systems respond to this reduction in change. When visual stimuli decrease, alertness softens. Muscles relax slightly. The pace of thought slows. Watching a still animal can signal that the environment is safe enough to lower intensity. Predictability plays another role. A sleeping cat does not behave unpredictably. There are no sudden loud movements, no complex demands, just quiet presence. The brain appreciates predictability. It reduces the need for constant monitoring. When we observe something steady and familiar, the stress response diminishes. Soft visual cues contribute as well. The curve of a curled body, the texture of fur, the gentle motion of whiskers during a dream phase. These details are subtle and rounded. There are no sharp angles, no abrupt edges. The entire image carries softness. Soft shapes tend to evoke calm responses in the human brain. Rounded forms are perceived as less threatening than sharp ones. A sleeping cat embodies those rounded contours fully. There is also an emotional layer. Cats often rest near humans without asking for interaction. They share space without demanding attention. Their calm presence can feel companionable without pressure. This creates a form of shared stillness that feels comfortable. Co-regulation explains part of this experience. When two nervous systems share the same space, they influence one another. If one remains calm and steady, the other often begins to mirror that state. A resting cat provides a steady signal of safety. That signal can ripple outward subtly. You may notice this, especially at night. The room grows darker. Sounds decrease. A cat curls at the end of the bed or on a nearby chair. Their breathing becomes slow and regular. Without conscious effort, your own breath may begin to align with that rhythm. The body senses that nothing urgent is happening. The presence of a resting animal can also anchor attention gently. Instead of thinking about the next task or replaying events from the day, your awareness may settle on the simple image before you. A soft flank rising and falling, a paw twitching once in a dream, a tail resting without movement. This kind of focus is uncomplicated. It does not require analysis. It invites observation. In many ways, a sleeping cat models a rhythm humans often struggle to access. A rhythm that alternates between activity and rest, without guilt or resistance. A rhythm that honors pause. Watching that rhythm unfold can create permission to slow down. The room begins to feel quieter. The air feels steadier. Even the smallest sounds seem softened by the presence of calm. There is no performance in a sleeping cat. No effort to appear restful. Just rest itself. And as you sit nearby, observing without interruption, something subtle may shift in your own body. Your shoulders drop slightly. Your breathing deepens. Your thoughts move more slowly. The calm you are witnessing begins to echo within you. The cat remains still. The room remains steady. And gradually, almost unnoticed, your own breath follows the same gentle pace, settling into the quiet rhythm unfolding in front of you. If you zoom out far enough, the image becomes almost surreal. A small predator, shaped by desert landscapes and twilight hunts, now sleeps on a fleece blanket beneath soft electric light. Outside, cars pass. Inside, climate is controlled with quiet precision. The world has changed dramatically. The body has not changed nearly as much. Domestic cats trace their lineage back thousands of years to wildcats that lived alongside early agricultural communities. These wildcats were drawn to human settlements by opportunity. Rodents attracted to stored grain. A loose partnership formed. Humans benefited from pest control. Wildcats benefited from reliable hunting grounds. Over time, tolerance deepened into familiarity. Yet domestication in cats followed a different path than in many other animals. Humans shaped dogs heavily through selective breeding for specific tasks. Cats experienced far less structural alteration. Their bodies remain remarkably similar to their wild ancestors. The spine remains flexible for sudden leaps. The claws retract and extend with quiet precision. The teeth remain designed for tearing rather than grinding. Even sleep patterns carry this continuity. The crepuscular rhythm persists. The burst and rest cycle remains intact. The preference for elevated sleeping locations echoes ancestral needs for vantage points. Modern rooms contain ancient architecture. When a cat curls on a couch, the posture reflects instincts shaped in open landscapes. When it chooses a high shelf, it follows the same logic once used to scan tall grasses. When it dozes lightly, with one ear rotating, vigilance remains present. Human environments have adapted to accommodate these traits. We provide cat trees that mimic climbing structures. We create window perches to offer elevated views. We design soft beds that echo sheltered resting spots. Even toys often simulate prey behavior. Small, quick movements designed to trigger stalking instincts. Sleep weaves itself into this companionship naturally. The home becomes a shared territory. Humans follow daily schedules. Cats map those schedules quietly. Feeding times, bedtimes, the sound of a kettle boiling, the turning of lights off at night. Ancient rhythms integrate into modern routines. There is mutual benefit here. Cats receive safety, warmth, and reliable food. Humans receive companionship, pest control, and a steady, calming presence. The relationship has endured because it aligns with both species' needs. Sleep plays a central role in that alignment. A cat, resting in a living room, contributes to the atmosphere of the space. The quiet presence signals safety. The ancient predator becomes a symbol of calm. The room feels grounded. It is remarkable that such a small animal carries so much continuity within its frame. 1,000 years ago, a wildcat might have slept in tall grass beneath a fading sky. Today, its descendant sleeps on a couch under dimmed lamps. The surroundings changed. The rhythm endured. You can see this continuity most clearly at night. A modern bedroom holds technology, fabric, carefully constructed walls. Yet a cat curls at the foot of the bed, just as an ancestor might have curled in a sheltered hollow. The body folds into the same crescent. The breathing slows in the same pattern. The architecture of rest remains steady. This continuity offers something reassuring. In a world that changes rapidly, the cat's sleep feels timeless. It connects past and present seamlessly. The room becomes a meeting point between ancient instinct and modern life. As you observe a sleeping cat in your home, you are witnessing a living bridge. An animal shaped by survival, now resting comfortably in shared space. The wild and the domestic coexist quietly. And in that coexistence, sleep becomes more than simple rest. It becomes a reminder that even in modern rooms filled with artificial light and structured routines, ancient bodies continue their steady rhythms. The cat breathes softly. The room remains still. And for a moment, time feels layered, past and present resting together in one quiet shape beneath the glow of a familiar ceiling. If we return to where we began, the image is simple. A cat resting in soft light, the room quiet, the body curled into itself. Nothing urgent, nothing dramatic, just stillness unfolding gently across the afternoon. Across this exploration, one pattern has appeared again and again. Waves. Cats do not live in straight lines of constant activity. Their days are shaped by arcs of motion and pause. A short burst of alertness at dawn, a stretch of rest, a moment of play, another drift into sleep. The rhythm repeats, steady and unhurried. Activity flows into stillness. Stillness gathers into restoration. Restoration prepares the body for the next small rise of energy. Energy conservation, in this context, is not avoidance. It is intelligence. A body designed for precision must protect its sharpness. Muscles remain ready because they are allowed to rest. Reflexes stay quick because they are not dulled by unnecessary effort. Sleep supports clarity. This pattern reflects biological continuity. From ancestral landscapes to modern living rooms, the blueprint has endured. The same crepuscular rhythms, the same layered sleep cycles, the same preference for warmth, safety, and elevated rest. The environment shifted, the architecture remained. When a cat sleeps for much of the day, it is following that architecture faithfully. It is living according to the shape written into its muscles, its nervous system, its internal chemistry. There is something deeply coherent about that. In human life, sleep can feel like an interruption, a pause that competes with productivity. For cats, sleep is woven seamlessly into being. It does not conflict with purpose. It fulfills it. A cat can rest for hours and still move with elegance when needed. The long pauses give shape to the brief movements. Without the quiet stretches, the bursts would lose their edge. A life lived in waves carries balance. You may notice how the room itself begins to reflect this balance. When a cat sleeps, the atmosphere softens. Sounds feel distant. Light seems warmer. The space feels less hurried. A sleeping cat becomes a kind of anchor. Breathing rises and falls in a steady rhythm. The tail lies motionless. Whiskers rest gently against fur. Even when a small twitch passes through during a dream, calm quickly returns. Over the course of a full day, these quiet intervals accumulate. 12 hours, 14, sometimes more. each one serving a purpose invisible to the eye, yet deeply aligned with the body's design. And so, the question we began with, why cats sleep so much, no longer feels mysterious. They sleep because their biology favors bursts and recovery. They sleep because warmth and safety invite surrender. They sleep because their internal clocks follow light and season. They sleep because growth, healing, and restoration unfold best in stillness. Most of all, they sleep because that is the rhythm that has carried their species forward for thousands of years. As the light shifts across the floor and evening begins to settle, the cat remains curled in its chosen place. The room grows dimmer. Sounds soften. The steady breath continues without effort. Stillness expands outward gently, filling the space. And within that expanding quiet, the cat rests once more, living its life in waves, exactly as it was shaped to do.